Welcome to an ordinary day in my life. Watch this vlog until the end if you don't believe a healthy lifestyle can be easy. By sharing my unpretentious healthy lifestyle, I'm not gonna convince you, but inspire you to live your best life. Good morning and welcome to the vlog. Welcome to another day. It's Monday, so welcome to my Monday. It's another ordinary day here. So yeah, today I have a very ordinary day, a very ordinary Monday, but it's always a healthy day, a healthy Monday. I just recorded the yoga flow for the channel. If you are new here, I post yoga flows every day, at least I try every day. So I woke up early, I went to the gym. Today I had a strength training session and then I had hot yoga there, and I came back, I recorded the yoga flow for the channel, and now I think I'm ready to start the day because I can have my coffee and start to work. And it's always a better day when I greet you, for sure. And let's see what the life brings to us today. Come with me. My day began as it usually does, with the comforting ritual of preparing my morning coffee. There is something so grounding about the smell of coffee brewing, don't you think? While sipping my coffee, I dedicated some time to editing my daily yoga flow video. I always feel a sense of accomplishment in sharing these flows with you, hoping they bring a moment of peace and wellness to your day. Next, I dedicated an hour tidying up the home. There is such clarity and calmness in an organized space, and I find this really sets the tone for the rest of my day. I always believe that the state of our surroundings can deeply influence our inner state. A tidy, harmonious environment fosters a clear mind and a peaceful heart. It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating a space that reflects and nurtures our well-being. After lunch, I spent some time editing more videos. I love creating content that not only inspires, but also provides practical tips for a healthier lifestyle. As the cold of winter was really setting in outside, I decided to make myself a cup of tea. Making tea is one of those simple things that just makes everything better. You know, right? That comforting smell, it's like a big warm hug. With my tea ready, I walked over to the window to take a look outside. There I stood, sipping my tea slowly and just watching the winter world outside. It's really something. Seeing everything so quiet and still, like the world is taking a long, peaceful breath. We can look to the quiet winter as something boring, or we can view it as a sweet reminder to slow down, to enjoy the little things, and to appreciate the calm that winter brings. As I was looking at the window, I was thinking about winter and how to survive to winter. Actually, a lot of clients, they ask me about that, about maintaining their not only their physical health but their mental health. Actually, for me, health includes everything. I think to be healthy, you have to be mentally, physically, spiritually healthy, but it's a topic for another video. But anyways, and they always ask me tips or things that they can do to not be affected by the winter blues as much. And that's a topic close to my heart because, as you can see, I'm not from here. I don't know if you noticed by my accent, I'm not Canadian. So I had to learn how to live this winter, especially because I come from a tropical country. I'm Brazilian. It's totally different than here. And I had to come up with solutions. My husband and I, we are here for 8 years now. And I think now we are settled. Sometimes we complain. In the middle of the winter, of course, we complain because it lasts a long time here. But anyways, we came up with some things that we can do to, how can I say, to live a better winter. And I'm gonna share some of those tips with you. The most important one, the simplest ones actually. First, I like to have a bucket list for winter. Actually, you can start that during summer. Anytime during summer, I think about an activity that would be good to do indoor. I don't do it in summer. I put on my bucket list for winter, so it creates this expectation or this anticipation for winter, like during winter we are going to do this or that. Especially we do that a lot about movies that we want to watch, about games that we want to play. This time of the year is when I play more video games. So create this anticipation, like create a bucket list of things that you can do only during winter. And even if you didn't make your list during summer, you can start now. So think about things that you can do indoor, and it could be movies, it could be video games, it could be board games, it could be puzzles, it could be journal, it could be so many things. Pick up a hobby, a new hobby, like knitting, like sewing, baking, these kind of things. The second tip I will give to you is align your content consumption with the time of the year. By that I mean, I don't like to watch videos or movies that are set on the beach or that are more for, I don't know, summer, or they portray something that happens during summer. I prefer to watch things that are related to snow, to winter, even vlogs, because sometimes we discover a new creator and we like to watch their past vlogs, and if that vlog is set during summer, I avoid to watch them. I try to watch them during a better time, during a warmer time. So that helps you to not to feel like this FOMO of not being able to do some types of activities. And this third tip is perfect for people like me who was not born in snow, I would say, that had to get used to it, is don't be afraid. Respect the cold, but never be afraid of it. And I say that because as a Brazilian, of course, the snow and the cold is something that can frighten us. And I see that with a few friends from Brazil, that they come here and they are afraid of going out. They start to be indoor more and more and more, and they spend a lot of time indoors. They are afraid to go outside, and that makes things worse for two reasons. First, because it can depress you if you are always inside, if you feel like you are not doing anything, especially if you don't have contact with the sunlight. And secondly, because the more you avoid the cold, the less you are going to get used to it. So of course, I'm not saying that you should spend a lot of time outside when it's too cold, but try to go outside every day, even if it's only for a walk around the block. We did this since we came, and actually with time it became easier for us, to the point that during the pandemic the gyms were closed, everything were closed, and I spent the whole winter running outside. and that was something that I never thought I could do. And it was magical for me actually to know that even with minus 15 or minus 20 degrees Celsius, I could go out and run as a Brazilian. So I don't know, I got this sense of accomplishment, I would say. I'm proud of that. So yeah, try to not to be afraid. Respect, of course, protect yourself, but try to always go outside, especially because the other thing I'm gonna tell you, the vitamin D. Well, this is another topic for another video, but we actually should be exposed to sunlight every day. It's a good thing for cortisol to regulate a lot of things in our bodies, but it's also important for vitamin D. And vitamin D is an interesting and important topic because working with a lot of clients, I would say, if I could bet, I would say the majority of people has some level of deficiency on vitamin D. So that's another tip. Take vitamin D. You see here on the vlogs I take every day. It helps you with a lot of things, and especially it helps you with your mood. If you have a deficiency on vitamin D, you can get depressed. So take vitamin D, people. Actually, I take during the whole year, but during winter I take more. Usually I take 1 pill a day, but during the winter I take the double of the dose. So that were my tips. Oh, and another tip. This one is very important. And I think this tip could go with any subject. Be careful with social media. Be careful with the time we spend on social media, because it's always dangerous, I would say, but this time of the year that we spend more time indoors, that we spend more time sometimes bored, we rely even more on social media to entertain us. So be careful. I always say social media is an amazing thing. It helps us to connect to other people. It helps us to learn new things every day. It helps in a lot of things, but we have to be careful. We have to know our limit with anything, you know. And I see a lot of people during this time of the year, they exaggerate on their time on social media. So even though it's too cold, try to do other things besides social media. Go to social media, go to Instagram, TikTok for a little, have fun. And then when you see that you are already a long time just scrolling mindless, try to do another thing. Try to go for a walk, as I said. Try to call a friend and talk to them, talk to your family, talk to someone. You can have a coffee, you can prepare a pot of tea if you want. You can pursue a hobby, do something different. Yeah, and remember, spring is always coming. I'm grateful for the little things that bring joy, like my playful dog who never fails to entertain and uplift me, even on the darkest days of winter. Today brought a special spark of excitement. I received a package with the food slicer I'd recently purchased. After some experimenting and learning how to use it, I decided to whip it up some sweet potato chips in the air fryer. To complete my dinner, I grilled homemade hamburgers, a favorite in my household. Actually, remember the vlog where I showed how I make them? Simplicity and wholesomeness at its best. I also used my new slicer to slice cucumber and radish for a fresh, vibrant salad. The perfect complement to our burgers. Days like this, filled with simple pleasures, remind me of the beauty in living a balanced life. It's not about grand gestures, but rather the small, mindful choices we make daily. Remember, beautiful soul, it's these moments that add up to a lifetime of wellness and happiness. Stay positive, stay inspired, and keep shining your light. Namaste.